know the emblem I have for the channel. Peace, love, and light, everybody. Grand Rising. So I saw 11:11, even though it's not 11:11, but my clock is an hour fast. And it's 10:25 right now, a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're being listen, there's a lot going on, and I know y'all know this. I've just guided to share this because I'm like driving along and so much has changed. Like, so much is changing fast. Like, you know, I'm quite a few decades old, and just in the decades old I am, the changes that have taken place just even in the past 10 years. Volcanoes erupting, serious storms happening. I remember back in 2013, when in the middle of winter, and we had gotten a lot of snow here where I am, and same with, I think it was 2016, maybe, and then 2018, Boston was getting flooded. So like, oh, we're tilting, we're sinking a little bit. Never in my lifetime did I think I was going to see this. Again, you know, I was blessed with a mom who was awake and knew shit was going to go down, and she, you know, would let me know. You would think I'd be way more prepared, because I'm not. Spiritually, yes. The rest of it, like, not so much. But there's just, the landscape is changing so fast, and it is. Italy, you know, all these other...
In 2 miles, take...
all these other countries that are, you know, having a ton of flooding. The landscape is changing. Honga Tonga. All right, Honga Tonga shook the freaking world. And you know what's going to happen? It's going to happen over on the West Coast in the ocean. There is a, you know, and we have one here too on the Atlantic that scientists know about, but, you know, they didn't let the rest of us know about that. She's waking up. You know, Mother Earth is changing, man. She's waking up. She is cleaning out the garbage that's here. I mean, you think about it, okay? You know, you think about the Stone Age, which really isn't a stone. It's called the Bone Age. We're going to be the plastic. We're going to have a nice thick chunk layer, and they're going to be like thinking it's a crystal, and it's not. It's a bunch of shit plastic from our generation. Because someone thought that was a great idea. Because plastic hides us, just in case y'all didn't know that. Hopefully, hold on a second. I don't know if I can shut off my GPS while doing this. Is it still on? Okay, cool. It's still on. I did it. It's to hide us. Try to, anyway. And I found that interesting. That's why they pushed it. But I just, you know, thinking about, like, how much the landscaping is changing so fast. And it's going to continue to do that. You know, you can think it's geoengineering all day long. I'm not saying that part of it isn't, but that's part of the battle of the natural order. We are way out of balance. And these are just not my opinion. Like, we're out of balance. We're out of whack. This world has gone awry. We have stepped over lines that not me and you, but, you know, scientists and stuff here have stepped over lines that, Genesis level. And don't think that the universe doesn't, like, step in. Whether you believe in God or not is kind of irrelevant. Something bigger than us steps in and finds the balance to retune us. And it's happening fast. It's really happening fast. Edgar Casey's map. If you don't know, the Navy does use that, by the way. Get over this side. Then they do. That's not a conspiracy theory. The Navy uses it. Just being shown so much in my third eye. It's like newsflash, like the news does, like the war and the battles and how they've lied, having society believe it's battling other people. These soldiers are going over into, probably some of them are prepared, I would imagine. Some of them are not. They're thinking it's other people, and that's just the distraction of, remember that movie, The Three Kings, with Mark Wahlberg, which I'm totally, utterly fucking disgusted that he is a 33. They're all 33s. But it's like kind of weird because he is from Massachusetts, and it's like, dude, what did you just do? Really? Was it worth selling your soul over? For real? I don't get that. I will never understand why musicians, all these different levels, not just musician and entertainment, like they're all different little groups here that sell out. It's weird. Anyway, The Three Kings, him and George Clooney were in this movie, and they were going in and they wanted you to believe it was Osama bin Laden, and who's the other dude there? Wow, I can't believe I just blocked his name out. It'll come to me. But the original, the senior George was after, that his son went after, Saddam Hussein. Anyway, they held the keys. They held the keys to ancient stuff. That's what all these wars are about. It's all about the ancient, well, it's not ancient, but to us it's ancient. It's technology. It's like, again, if you think your phone is the best they got, and then you said, nope, they can create a whole holodeck, and we're in it, kind of deal. And the landscape is changing, and Mud Fossil University came, and I love that guy. I'm so grateful for that guy. I really am. Like, his stuff, and this is not like putting anybody on a pedestal. It just rings true with my soul, and always knew, like, this place isn't what they say it is. Rocks are not bones, they're fossils. Fossils of what once was. And we build homes out of it. It's kind of creepy weird. It is kind of creepy weird, like, if you really, I think about that stuff. Never liked red brick as a kid, and throughout my journey I noticed paranormally, especially on the shows, if you will, some of these houses that people were living in for real were red brick houses, and they would not have, like, the best experiences. It's all land too, not just the dwelling. And remember, take a walk around your hood, all right, for real. Wherever you are in the world, you show me where the natives are buried. Show me a headstone, please. Please show me a headstone of the natives. We're on them. We're on them. The dragons. So Mud Fossil was talking about the dragons, and like, we're on a carcass. We're on a carcass of a dragon. And we're in a graveyard. Graveyards are haunted. And they are. And more is being revealed. And again, back to the landscape changing, because it's a false template put on, like, an organic place, organic realm. And it can't hold the frequency anymore, because the organic realm is going to rise up and push off the fall. It's like when, if you have a foreign something in your body will push that out. Just like, if you get a fever, stuff like that, pushes it out. It's pushing something out. Same with here. It's pushing this off. So the landscape is changing, and just, it's happening fast. It's happening real fast. Like, it's waking up. Whatever's going on here is a wake up, not an ending. it's an ending of a far old way, but it's not an ending. And it's not. And it's weird how they keep being like, they always promoted like the end of the world, and no, this place will always go on. Remember, we're just in a meat suit, but more landscape is going to change, and I'm seeing that. They are doing things. They're out of their mind. If you ask me, they're out of their mind using this nuke shit. Like, I've always felt that. And this isn't just like political. I'm not into politics. That's a bunch of hoopla. You don't need something at that level. Like, why would we ever need something at that level that can decimate and change the structure, not just of this realm, but impact all realms? Like, who fucking thought that was a great idea? Oh, wait, Eisenhower did. Instead of enlightenment. Because that was a choice. And that was a choice. And you can look back and find that for yourself. Everything I say, you can research it, and it's there, man. Eisenhower. And I don't know who gave, like, rule over Eisenhower to have any kind of say over us. That's weird to me. Think about what's his name there? Hitler. That was evil. So evil, you know what I mean? We're in a spiritual world. The meat suit's like the veil of the meat suit, if you will, I feel it's just gonna drop. We're gonna really start seeing all of us and who we really are. We're very multidimensional, and we really are. It just is what it is. I don't know. It's how I see things, and how I feel it here, and I keep just feeling this landscape changing, and we're due for it. I'm not wishing it, and it's not like a doom and gloom thing. It's just a reality thing, man. We're due here. I don't even want to say it out loud, but we're definitely due here on the East Coast, or what we call the East Coast, because East Coast is really West Coast. The landscape changing more from storms, because we seriously have ancient ones here, and they're ancient, man, and they're really here. They sit right in front of everybody. Everybody. That's why, like, I show some of the videos I show, because they laugh at. They call us vile, and they laugh at what they think you're asleep. They're very well aware of what they're doing, and it really is over. They're very aware of that too. That it's like over for them, but they're just trying to hang on to every nook and cranny. Back to the land. I just can't believe how fast things are changing on the landscape, worldly, the distractions. The distractions are interesting. I'm not saying people aren't being affected by these things that are going on, maybe. I don't know, I wasn't there. You know what I mean? Like, you can even look at that as different realms and different happenings that were being shown in different realms. Like, I don't know, whatever went on in Louisiana. God rest whoever really did cross the veil, but that's a distraction as well. They do these things on purpose. It's sick. It's sick. It's some sick shit we're in. And the battle is very real. And we're in the middle of it. Very much so. And a lot of you are going through ascension stuff. And because you're feeling it, you know it, again, see a medical doctor, you're feeling it. The moon is setting at 5 o'clock at night here on the East Coast, or almost setting. That's not normal. We're being moved through time. That is like the clock, the hands on the clock, the second hand, the big hand, the small hand, the little hand, the large hand. It's moving us. And I remember back to 2013 and seeing this, after a snowstorm, purple skies, and purple rain's been coming up a lot. So, that's clearly crown chakra, but that's also other energy too, gamma, like serious gamma, because they're doing things. I don't know who gives these people permission, because they're out of their freaking mind. They're doing, they call it testing with these NUKEs. Why are you doing that? You know what I mean? Like, what is wrong with your brain? And of course it's going to affect our atmosphere and us. and then the Ebian, is it from Area 51, that leak that came out? It's not a leak, by the way. They let it out. You can think it's a demon. I don't care what you think it is. It's still telling the truth of that was us in the future. It's not an alien. Was a human from the future, and says, like, in our time now, okay, because this was filmed like 60 years ago, but now in our time there will be a leader that decides it's a great friggin' idea to have an NUKE battle, because you're dealing with other energies. There's no other reason to have that kind of energy weapon. That's like proton, like shit from Star Wars, Star Trek shit. You know what I mean? There's no need to be using that on humans. So they're not dealing with the supernatural. They really are dealing with the supernatural. And this being, again, a lot of people don't want to believe it. Then it's a demon, and I really see how it can be a human after an event like that. It will change again the Genesis. It's another Genesis, basically. And you would have Ancient Ones returning. They will return, for we are not the only intelligent life in the universe. And you have them. They're here in this realm of existence, also helping to change and shift the energy frequency and line, open gates, decode things, help rebuild the structure. Stargates were hijacked. Fixing these template lines back to the original grid, which will change the structure of this place. Like, I don't know, if you ever looked around, man, these trees are teeny. These trees should be huge. The redwood forest is a very good example of what these trees should really look like. And they're part of the being, that we're on, a carcass. It's whether if it's feathers or it's alveoli for the lungs, which I'm going to go with because that produces oxygen, if with the trees, and keep diminishing. Let's deplete that. It's an attack. There's so many levels of this. So just, I don't know, if you get a chance, journey, man. Keep journeying, because this landscape is changing fast. I'm blown away at the decades that I've been here, how fast stuff is changing. Water is becoming toxic. Things that just, I see so many society sleeping still. Like, I think if it's out of your mind, it didn't happen. It's not happening. It's still not affecting us, right? Those are narrow-minded, closed-off folk. Sorry to say it. It doesn't mean we're not better than them, and that's not what I'm saying. But we folk realize Chernobyl's still affecting us. All of the stuff. The same with Honga Tonga. Honga Tonga volcano shook us. It was a bell ringing. It had to be shook. And it did. And more's going to go off. It's like, almost like, I don't know if it actually, that's what Gabriel's trumpet, Gabriel's horn would be. Also, is a volcano erupting. I feel like, yeah. Something's happening, and we're feeling it. If you're feeling, like, I don't know, again, don't go see a doctor, but I've been feeling, like, dizzy and, like, just off balance. Not all the time, just have moments of it. I feel these waves of energy that come through. And of course, again, see a doctor, but that's because there's something big about to shift again, and it's gonna, I believe it's gonna be a volcano. It's gonna blow. And you have Yellowstone clearing. It's, making some noise over there. Never thought I'd see that in my lifetime either. These dragons are waking up. And they're dragons. And you can laugh and think that's funny. Go look at a map. And wake up if you laugh and think that's funny. Because it's not that out there. And it's not. These dragons are waking up. We're in the land of the dragons. We're surrounded by dragons. What do dragons blow? Dragons blow flower. Yeah, maybe flower. Fire. So, I don't know. I was just like thinking, like, wow, so much is changing so fast in just my lifetime. It's blowing my mind. Things I just never thought I would see or experience, like, witness, and more is to come. And we as humans can get very ingrained in the system, and those who are in Christ's light, being guided to release more of the meat suit, be more pliable, go with the flow. Like, we got to go in more with the flow. If things are going to change, be ready, however that is. Don't be scared. Don't be scared, because being scared paralyzes you and stunts your thinking. Okay? And this whole place has been designed for that. And it's the star seeds, the Christ lights. Those who are tuned in, you have to be a starseed. Those who have a soul, and you're tuned into the Christ light, being more like Christ, pliable, more pliable. This place is going to become more pliable. They're weakening something here with this, doing these tests and exercises, and they are. Things are, it's so, I don't know, like, if you look at the sun, I truly, and I'll defend it to the ground, that we're in it. We're in the sun, and that things are walking through those holes that some channels want to tell you they're not as big as you think they are. Baloney. Baloney. That sun is blown open, ripped open. That was what we're in. And we are, which would be Leviathan's skin. Because a dragon protects from radiation. A dragon can handle fire, heat, radiation. It cannot handle iron. And it can't. And the iron belt is being burned through, which would be the Kuiper belt. And I've been saying this for a long time. That's how I get shown. That would be the Orion shield would be breached. So that's it. I don't know. I just wanted to come on and talk about how much changes has just gone on in this really short amount of time I've been here, and we're in it, and just remembering things my mom would tell me and say to me, and we're in it. It's wild. Hi, Lyra. Hi, Jody. Hi, Lyra. Yeah, observe. We are in this world. Hi, Beach Baby. We are not of this world. I'm reading what y'all saying. Yeah, not just that one. They're all connected. Obviously, I believe, I know all the volcanoes are connected. There's just, they're the, like, bumps of, like, if you took all of the water off of here and all of the green, you'd see the dragon. And you would see where the dragon is supposed to release the plasma. That's where they got the NUKE from, anyway. It's her. This using her own energy against her. It's really fucking diabolical. And it really blows my mind. Again, how much has changed just in, like, the decades I've been here. And things, honest to God, I never thought I would witness. I really never thought I would witness it. It just, I knew it was in this book. And they say this book tells us what we call the Bible, what's to come. And you kind of think it's far off, but it's not really, because they put it in our time for a reason. And it's really us that we're reading about, But when you're going through that process for decades, it's different layers of grasping for, I feel, until this part of the journey is over. I don't think anyone's got, if you think you got this, I don't know. Congratulations, I guess. I don't know. I don't think anyone, because it's ever evolving. And I just feel like if you think you got all this, then what else are you learning, man? I don't know. Like, it's just, I think that's where the divine kind of chuckles. You know what I mean? Like, you think you got that? Okay. Maybe you got that a little bit for your understanding, like for all of us. And then there's something else that's revealed to us, and it's even bigger than what just once was. So, anyway, I'm going to wrap this up, and thanks for being here and hanging out. It just, a lot of that stuff's just been going through my mind of, like, how much is changing, but it's also waking up, and, fast. It's something about coming into this 25 number, 7, 8, 9, which is a 9, which is cycles ending, right? Cycles ending and cycles beginning. And we are the number 9. okay? And we are the number 6. And the number 6 is carbon. And the number 9, I feel like, is represents the soul. And the carbon, somehow, normally, from what I came across, and I probably couldn't come across again if I tried, and that's what the God winks to me. Something I came across said something about how carbon couldn't harness the soul. So I found that interesting. Yeah, we are carbon, clearly, and the number 9 would represent the soul, but endings, cycles, seriously ending. And no fear, no fear. Peace, love, and light, everybody. Thanks for being here. Okay, I will. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I really do. I'm reading what you're saying. Oh, the Beatles. Funny you say that. Funny you say that. I came across this video, like whether it's, someone auto-generated it, I don't know. I don't think so. Personally, my opinion, John Lennon's in the background. There's some footage of recent, because John Lennon didn't really die. That was to shock the world. They do messed up, and I know my folk know this, like my peeps, my tribe, our tribe here know this kind of stuff. Like they do this stuff because when, for whatever reason, John Lennon was put on a pedestal. I'm not saying he was a great musician and shit like that. Clearly, yeah, he was. But like pedestal level, I remember when my brother cried when he died. I was like, whoa, wow, okay. I was like, he was really upset that John Lennon was assassinated. Just like JFK. They do that because it sends a different kind of energetic shockwave through the realm. And that feeds them. It feeds them. So they do, anyway, I came across a video that I do feel is authentic, and I took a screenshot of it, and there's John Lennon in the background behind, standing behind Paul McCartney, coming out of wherever they were coming from recently. I'm not surprised. Don't be surprised, because that's, all the world is a stage. They're all the same being, looking like different folk, but they're all the same being. So, just like, JFK Jr. is, they recovered him. They recovered them. We're in a world that can do things that I get people would be like, no, that's crazy that you're saying they recovered him. He crashed. He drowned. The Navy was out there for a long time. I watched it. I was here on Cape Cod, by Cape Cod, when that went down. And there are a lot of boats, just like they did with supposedly when Obama threw bin Laden over the side, which you're not supposed to do that. That's against like maritime law. But hey, he's the president. He can get away with it. There were a lot of, and you can look at it as, they were giving them privacy and respecting the crash site. I believe it was more than that. I do. And I wouldn't think like that before. I remember we went to the JFK Museum here in South Boston and signed a book and everything, and like never thought like the world could pull weirdo shit like that, and they do. And they do, and they do. And all the world really is a stage. And weirdly, what they tell us in is like probably a lot of other stuff too, but like death becomes them. I remember, in the 80s reading constantly what they called rag magazines, how Elvis was spotted. Was he? There was a lot of pictures of him, and there were pictures of Elvis back then, in Star Magazine and stuff, but because it was Star Magazine, it was trash and it wasn't real. It wasn't, the New York Times and LA Times and the Boston Globe. So it must not be real. But it was out a lot, like in weird, like rural places, like if you wanted to, I don't know. But because that sent what? A shockwave through this realm when Elvis died. And it did. And they feed off that shit. And it's just weird. This place is magic. You're dealing with dark magic, dark spells. You can call them laws and death, and they've been going against universal law. Look at their rate. If you think that the Pope is resurrecting. Whoever this entity is in this Pope's body is resurrecting, not just opening doors. He's resurrecting things. Let's get that right. Let's get that really clear. He's totally resurrecting. Clearly Lucifer and clearly St. Peter. So I don't know why they would call him St. Peter. You know, their saints are clearly a lot different than what I think a saint is. So this is just, I keep getting shown, like, those who are in the Catholic religion and everything, like, you know, if you read in Genesis, I find it interesting that folk just keep it there. Like, well, I read about it, and it was then. Well, it's now, too. It's now, as well. Genesis. Again, we're in the middle of a Genesis. And your soul is going to feel it, or you're, I don't know, totally asleep. I don't know. I just, a lot of souls are feeling this. Resurrection. And they use the president, I don't know why, but they do, this weird ritual of raising, like, I don't remember them, they always talk about Osiris being, them trying to resurrect Osiris. Like, I even feel like that's a distraction of, no, like, man, they resurrected Lucifer. You know, that's it. I don't know, I think that's really serious. And St. Peter. And we're reading, I don't know, I feel we're reading their books. That's just my take on things, and I do. I'm not saying I don't see the divine in there, because I do, but I feel it, when I'm reading this stuff, which is ancient Sumerian text, realistically, all of it is ancient Sumerian text. They know how to resurrect. They tell us right then and there. They were part of Genesis, so they would be here for this time, because there's a serious imbalance going on, and someone's got to answer for something. That's not that, again, that didn't go unnoticed. And it wasn't going unnoticed. I guess everything in divine, everything in divine timing. So I don't know who I want to research St. Peter more, but like, if you're a fallen one, how are you a saint? See what I mean? Like, there's a lot of upside down stuff. Like, how are you a saint if you fell? I mean, you can be a saint that fell, but how are you still a saint? What does that mean to them? What does a saint mean to them, these 33ers? What does that mean? Because that's kind of scary to me. I mean, not like, ooh, I'm afraid, but just like eye-opening. Very deceptive. It's super deceptive. And yeah, the Pope is resurrecting. I don't know if you've seen some of the video. The look on his face looks like he's going to poop himself, because there's beings opening doors with no ears. You know, these are demons. These are guardians. These are gatekeepers. These are ancient entities. Ancient. These doors were sealed. I mean, they were sealed for a reason. So he's resurrecting some serious shit right now. And all, like, the weather's going to get wonky, and the volcanoes are going to erupt, because it's affecting us in this world. So, all right, I'm really going to end that there. Thanks for being here, though. Jupiter. Talk to me about Jupiter. Yeah, Jupiter. Did you see the picture of the moon? Did you see, never mind the picture. Did you see the moon with Jupiter? And it's, like, tilted. It's tilted. And it's in the western sky at, like, 5 o'clock at night. You're on the East Coast. Like, they're moving us. It's like I keep being shown the face of a watch. And that's like, that would be the energy that would move us. And that's why they've been using clearly all the eclipses, solar eclipses, lunar eclipses. We're still feeling all that energy too. So it's like 8 of Wands, like 10 of Wands, like constant energy. And when there's a wrinkle in time or a warp in time, yes, things can come through, because now there's a hole there for them to come through. And I truly feel that that's what they're showing us. When you can look at the sun, that would be a tear from a warp in time. I mean, the moon's been rolling for quite some time, like 2008, 2008, maybe before 2008, but I just kind of remember 2008. And I mean, I always remember hearing about 2012. And now we're coming into a serious, and I got to look it up too. I can't believe I don't know about it. Just had about a million other things going on in the 3D world, but there is a planetary alignment happening this month. I forget how many planets, their realms align into open, which there's no coincidence that the Vatican and the Pope are opening up these portals. They're utilizing that space and time, you know. I see it clearly anyway. I don't know about anybody else, but I see it. Tricky business they're doing. Tricky. And it's sick is because there are a lot of people. I know I take a peek and stuff. I won't watch the ritual because I will never do that to God. My love for God, I won't do that. I will never betray the Most High God. I peek. I get trusted what I get shown. Like if it's presented to me, I'm like, okay, I'm showing that I'm ready to handle whatever I'm gonna see for a reason, and I don't go looking for it. It finds me just fine on its own. To understand, because I love God so much, and I really do. Even though I don't understand the fucked up shit that goes on here, I still love God. For I know God will it'll be somehow fixed, right, healed. Because it was God, true God created divine universe, oneness, love. All things are possible. All things are possible. There is no such thing as impossible. It's us that limit it. It's this world that limits that stuff. So yeah, they're coming through this stuff. They're resurrecting. I don't know. I honestly think that should be like a topic on the main. So like, yo, hey, guess what they did? They resurrected Lucifer. Get ready. You remember? You read them in your books. Yep, he's coming. He's here. They're resurrecting him. No one should be okay with that. I don't know. Call me crazy. Maybe I am. I don't think anyone should be okay with that. That's some fuckadoodle-doo shit to me. Like, what are you doing? It's tripping my mind. I never thought I'd be in this world when this stuff went on. Never. I thought this was stuff that's going to have a whole different, I don't know, reality, you know, because it's a concept to fucking grasp, you know, especially when your emotions and your feelings and all the, you know, like, no thanks. It's such a, even 20s, like it's been a constant, I don't know if for me it's been a constant spiritual growth. Like it's an epi, or else it would be too much of an overload. We would not be able to handle it. We're so divinely made and created. We really are. We're fucking amazing. But like, no, we know, and people are walking around. I don't even know. I would say 90% of the world aren't grasping. Maybe even more than 90% of the world are not grasping the fact that they just resurrected Lucifer. Because people don't want to think like that. But it'll affect them. And I'm like, why do I think of that? Like, really? Why am I? And I know why do we think of this stuff? Because we're supposed to. We're supposed to. We really are here to remember maybe more than the average Joe. Whatever that means. I know, lucky us. Yeah, lucky us. But we're able to handle it. I have to keep saying that to myself. Okay, because I was trusted to handle this. You know, we were trusted to handle this. We were made for this. We came in for this. This body was made for us who chose. Okay, I guess maybe we chose, maybe we didn't chose to be here for this and transmute it in a weird way just by talking about it, sharing it, finding others that you know they're doing grid work. You know they're doing grid work, and then you got like Mudfalls University. That's like a grid work in itself. Like he's revealing, so when he's revealing the truth, it shifts the grid, it shifts the frequency, it shifts the matrix here. And it does, because he's showing you, like, for those who watch him, that this is what's really going on here. We're surrounded by dragons, along with other giants, and and how who I call God shows me is the Lemurian star. This place was this place. We'll call it whatever. This place was clearly tilted, right? And we're looking at it from a weird angle. It's almost like if you lay down on the grass and you're looking at a mountain. That's really the way the place should be in that position, which put it to sleep. That's why there's called Sleeping Beauty Mountain. That's why there's mountains. There's huge women and giants sleeping. Someone didn't get out there with a fucking chisel and carve it and be like, hey, I'm going to carve a lady in the mountain or mountain. It's because they're really there. They went to sleep. And they look like rock because they went to sleep. They were put to sleep. This place was put to sleep. It was tilted. The lullaby. And that's when I was like, when I got the twinkle, no way. Wow. I'm not like, not just a little child's nursery rhyme, like deep. To put it to sleep. It's a lullaby. It's a frequency. It's a total frequency to put to sleep. And we came here to be little energy beams to wake it up. Because we're waking her up. We're waking up together with her, Mother Earth, this carcass, this beautiful divine ness that we came to be one with, that got clearly put to sleep, put dormant, put in a lull, is changing. And that's why all these, clearly that's why all these solar flares are going. It's like, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Like beams of light constantly hitting, and it would take that level. And it would take that level. You want to call it Nibiru being here, waking her up? I don't know. I know they're real. I know that's a thing. I believe all this energy. Ra's real. Like Ra's real. So you have Ra, you have Nibiru, and then you have Wormwood. So it's like, are they three different entities? Are they one? Are they battling each other? Are they like, when they come together, is it a one? Is it a one big energy that really shifts this place? Like because this place is changing. This place is changing. And that ring of fire is acted. And shit's coming through it. And portals are being opened because resurrections are happening. That Vatican has ancient books. They have I feel like they're the ones that hijacked all the text. I do. Maybe you guys already know that. That they hijacked all of it and locked it away. And for 1,000 years or maybe more, I don't know. And now they have to open it up, and they have to do this. They're not happy about it. They have to reveal. And so many people have believed the lie, and that's on them. But we haven't. Like, they have to now reveal all the weirdo shit and most divine stuff as well to the world. It's big. It's really, I see how huge this is. Spiritually, supernaturally, evolutionary, for our soul, for our essence, with this place. For she was truly self-sustaining beauty. This sun, or whatever that we're in, because we're in it, it was so self-sustaining. There was no control of weather. It was natural. It was a natural order. And I constantly get shown that, like, beautiful during the day, all across the lands. And at night, it got just cool enough to have, reproduce its own dew for water. Self-sustaining for the day. That's where they get all this, they call it technology for self-sustaining. They're stealing it from what we're really on in the first place. Because she was self-sustaining. Energetically. And that's how this place should. And now, like, you pay for electricity, you pay for gas. You shouldn't have to pay for that shit. It's already naturally there. But they see how they control that. They put a locking mechanism on it. And then they present this shit like it's new. Oh, hey, we came up with solar. That's already a thing. Way before we came here. They learn how to harness it. repackage it and sell it back to we who are part of it. It's super diabolical. Okay, now I'm gonna really end that. So, thanks for that, because I don't know, it's not, spiritual conversations I love to have. These cosmic conversations are important, for me anyway, and I know for some of you, and I appreciate those of you who walk with me. You truly are appreciated and loved. Um, it is all we need. I do. Even in the shittiest day, girl, I find beauty in it. Honestly, I do. I truly do. It may take me a minute, but I do. Same back to you. May you find beauty in this day, for it is precious. Peace be with you. Ooh, it's 11:11 right now. Peace.